Hey comic book fans, welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Geeks. I am Wild Bill, your host. Sitting alongside me right over here is Pete. And we're going to do another episode of Inside the Cover, but this time I'm going to do one from 1993 by Jim Starlin. It's the Silver Surfer and Warlock. It's called Resurrection. It was the first of a 4-part series, and I bought this off the rack and kept it for several years without reading it. Yeah. Bought it for the cover. Just never got around. I had a lot of books I bought. And
look at that star power on the cover there. I can see Pip Moondragon and Warlock and Drax and Silver Surfer.
Is Pip the Wood God, right? Is he Wood God or
no,
just Pip?
Pip
the Troll.
Pip the Troll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this book, artwork and stories by Jim Starlin. And, Jim Starlin art. Really good stuff. So basically the story starts off with the Silver Surfer kind of like reliving his origin. And having, when he returns, he finds that his planet's been abducted. Yeah. And it's been abducted, and he goes to Moondragon, and she's going to help him track the thief, and it happens to be this guy called the Great One. So, eventually the Surfer tracks his world down, and he's shocked to find out his love, Shalabal, and everybody else. She's like the leader of this planet now, and he's weird. He's stunned to find out that everyone's happy with the abduction because the Great One promised them immortality and eternal peace, and that seems to be going down. And so he's able to, enjoy love again, reunited with his love, Shalabal. And then they're going to dinner, and then the Great One is pissed off at the presence of Norrin Radd being there, and he shows up. And obviously, he's a little pissed off at the Surfer's presence, and
he thinks he's in love with Shalabal.
And then, of course, a fight ensues, and the Silver Surfer kills him. And he didn't mean to, but that's pretty much what happens. And the Great One's pissed, right? And it's hard to explain in Jim Starlin terms, but this world. Shalabal was going to stay on one end while they zipped down on the other end, and then they were going to come back and get her before the threshold could shut. But the transfer took too long to complete, so she was kind of cut off. Like leave no man behind. They left this woman behind. Accidental. So that's all this in his flashback. So the Surfer's up here bumming about it, right? He's up here thinking about all that shit. So now we're in the present time, and then Pip the Troll shows up and says, "Hey, what's going on? Warlock wants to see you." And Surfer's not too impressed, right? He's not thrilled with Warlock. So he zips on to go meet him. And, of course, Drax the Destroyer shows up, and they take his board. And he zips into like some other well.
They go to Monster Island.
Yes.
Is Godzilla far behind?
And Warlock is the leader of the Infinity Watch and guardian of the Soul Gem. Drax the Defender is the possessor of the Power Gem, right?
Yeah.
So Warlock wants to make Surfer an offer. And it's friendship. And he's like, he's thinking about all that went down with Shalabal being cut off, and it was based on him and what he was doing. He was doing some kind of multi-dimensional dispersion, and he thinks that he can reverse it and bring Shalabal back by using the Mind, Soul, and the Mind Gem.
Mind Gem, yeah.
The Mind and Soul Gems. So he's, Surfer accepts it, right? And meanwhile, right, they're going through the discussions, but they're being watched by this evil mistress.
Oh, that's Mistress Death, yeah. That's
they didn't even show you the crystal ball. They just show her little henchman down here.
That's Thanos' lover.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's watching, right? And so Warlock asks he asks the Silver Surfer how thin he can transfer his beam, right? And he's like as thin as a pin. And he's like, well, he wants him to zap him. So basically, Surfer's going to shoot his cosmic power into the Soul Gem. Warlock's going to zap Moon Dragon. And then she's going to zap some other shit, and they're going to time warp into another dimension. And they're going to try and do this reversal shit to bring Shalabal back. So as they're all like, it's like a team effort, right? And what happens?
Sounds pretty fucking complicated.
It is. It's hard to tell.
Jim Starlin at his best, right?
Right. So guess what? Shit goes wrong, and these demons show up, and that's how the issue ends. You know, and that's basically how I can put it in a nutshell for you.
Cliffhanger. I love that. That last panel's great.
Yeah, but this is just classic, and it's deep, man. Like you just said it all there, Pete. I've been putting this. It took me like 2 years to get to this book. There's a lot going on here. But yeah, that's it's a 4-part story, and it definitely good art for the 90s.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have all 4 of them in a collection, like because I have all these collections with this whole Infinity
stories.
Thing. Yeah,
this is in here somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is good stuff. You know, Jim Starlin.
Yeah,
and he did Warlock back in the 70s. So it's fitting that he does. Yeah, and Captain Marvel. So it's nice that he does. But this Warlock seems a little different than the book from the 70s. Way different, you know. He seems a little bit more touched in this one. A little more snippy or snotty, I don't know.
It's kind of godlike almost.
Yeah. But yeah, the detail in Jim Starlin is just, it's undeniable. Yep. So there you have it. Inside the cover, issue number 1. It's the Silver Surfer and Warlock Resurrection. Cover price was what? $1.50? $2.50. $2.50. So that's it. Thank you for being here, watching Comic Book Users. Please click the like button to help support the channel, and click the notification bell to stay in the loop every time we have a new video. And we thank you for being here. And I think we have something upcoming. Villain Spotlight. I'm going to do a Spider-Man villain. The Molten Man. Coming up next. Next episode. So be here for that next time. I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here. I'm Pete. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.